99.5 WKDQ and WKDQ.com. Thank you for joining us. And we've got a good buddy of mine on the phone. So glad to talk to Glen Templeton. How are you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. Eric, it's such a pleasure to be talking to you as well, man. I hope things are good in y'all's neck of the woods.
It definitely is. Now, it's been a couple months since we saw you down there in Nashville at CMA Fest, but, actually today is 3 years to the day that you played here at our Taste of Country Music Festival out there at Ellis Park. I can't believe it's been that long.
How time flies when you're having fun making music.
I know it. And you've been doing a lot of that recently, right?
Yeah, I have been. I've been making a lot of music and just been in a lot of studio doing a lot of writing and stopped a whole lot of, cross-country touring just for a little while just to get back into the studio and record this new EP that we've got out now that's available on iTunes that they can go. It's a Let Her Go EP. And, we've had a lot of fun making this album. I got to work with a guy who stands on the other side of making over 200 million records, copies of number one songs, James Stroud. And I'll tell you what, he is the reason why I moved into this town is because of music that he makes, just from working with names like Toby Keith and Tim McGraw, and just to say the least. Got to be able to have the opportunity to work with somebody like that. He really brings out the best in every artist, and I think we've got a great product now. And I'm thrilled about what's going to happen with it and what's going to go on.
Yeah, James Stroud, responsible, like you said, for so much great music. And I've heard some of the great music off this EP. Of course, your first single that you had out there, Ball Cap, which, co-written by one of our good buddies, Dylan Scott. And
right.
And I love that song. That's just such a good, feel-good song, too.
Right, it is. And I was, everybody in the country, everybody wears a cap every now and then. It's always best to see the girls in a ball cap.
That's right.
Always. So I just thought, man, nobody's written that concept yet. And I think Dylan was pretty brilliant to write that thing. And he's got one of the writers from over at Black River Entertainment, also Forrest Lynn Whitehead, and one of the girls from the Jersey area who was a writer on the song as well. And they just really came out with a great product. And I was glad that I was on in line to be able to record something that was going to be as great a song as what it was. And you never know when you first put a song out to radio, you never know what it's going to do. And it was actually has done very, very, very well for me.
Very cool. And, of course, the new single, which just came out on CMT this week, a ballad. And I think this is really the first time that we've had a true ballad from you, I believe.
Yeah, it's the very first time, and this is a song called Let Her Go that was originally recorded by a British rock band, and it's already been a hit song in that pop world. But we just thought, man, what a great country lyric, and I just felt like there was no reason why I should not record that, and it was brought to my attention by the label, and at first, you kind of question, well, is it too early in my career to record a song? But when the song's great, regardless. So we went with it, and it felt great in the studio when we were doing the tracking, and then when we started doing vocals, it was just it became magical for all of us in the studio. And because recording is kind of a third-party endorsement. When you can sit in the control room, and then you stand in the vocal booth and you watch what's going on as far as when you're singing and how people are responding within the studio and how the musicians are responding, you kind of get an idea of if it's going to be great or not. And everybody just seemed to be more ecstatic and overwhelmed than I had seen them in a long time. And I knew at that point that there was something magical going on.
Very cool. It is magical. I do like the song a whole lot, so best of luck to you with it, and we'll even make sure we've got the video so folks can see on our website here as well. And, one last question. You still doing a little Conway in your set?
There's no way I could not go through the night without doing some Conway.
You have to.
I get requests for that every single night, and with that thing being my first time out on one of those major performance stages, and just because I was just such, and still am, a huge fan of Conway Twitty music, I couldn't leave a night without doing any Conway Twitty music.
That's right.
There's no way. So every night I pay my respect, and I'm just honored to be able to sing some of the music that he put out, and it always makes a highlight in the night every time we sing Conway.
Oh yeah, and ladies, if you haven't seen him do the Conway, you just you would think it's Conway standing right there in front of you. I've seen ladies faint at your shows, Glenn, and it's it's like you need extra EMTs on hand when that happens. I'm just saying, you're a liability, my friend.
Yeah, make sure you got insurance when you go.
Well, Glen Templeton, so good to talk to you, buddy, and best of luck on this new EP. And of course, they can get it on iTunes, and where can they find you online otherwise?
They can find me at glentempleton.com, or they can go to my Facebook page, Glen Templeton Facebook, and I'm available there and also on Twitter. It's at Glen Templeton.